Reich and Krantz on the floor for West Burlington. And
Mediapolis still not sure about their substitutions here after the timeout.
A stray player getting ready to run out on the court.
I was told you can't play with 6.
Krantz into Levine on the wing, back to Reich up top. Krantz going out on the baseline screen by Levine. He takes a jumper.
No good.
No good. Levine kept it alive, though, so did McElderry.
Rebound by Masters and foul called.
Well, I think they call a jump ball on that,
jump ball,
actually.
okay.
Give the ball back to West Burlington on their own baseline. Into Masters on the wing. He's dribbling up to the top.
And reset.
It's good to see him use that kind of spacing here, too. You know,
absolutely.
They're using the whole floor. It looks like a high flash by Levine. McElderry down low, posting up.
Didn't look inside there as much as probably they could have, but that's all right. Throwing a high post cut. Over to Reich. Nice. Well, it would have been a nice pass.
A lot of cutting action going on there. A little bit of imbalance on the floor, but everybody coming to the ball.
Yep. Setting it up again.
Good patience.
Their offense.
Good patience by West Burlington, trying to look for a good shot here.
Right now they're having a little trouble getting the ball inbounded to somebody else or entered to somebody else. There we go.
He enters it to Masters, back to Levine up
Reverse
top.
pass.
Another screen. Levine drives right, takes the jump shot off the glass, comes off the rim. Rebound Mediapolis. That's Wyatt Wilkerson with the rebound. He's at the top of the key with the ball. Passes over there to number 13. That's Jaden Winters. Swings it to the left wing.
Almost
McElderry tries to intercept. Good anticipation on McElderry's part. Back to the top of the key. Clay Foster with the ball. Passes over to
poked away by
Wyatt
Masters,
Wilkerson.
and Levine controls.
And here comes Reich, bringing it to the top of the key, setting things up.
It's really nice to see West Burlington setting up an offense if we don't have anything in transition.
Absolutely. Haven't seen a whole lot of transition out of this game yet. It's McElderry with the ball up top. Passes over to Masters. And Masters loses the ball. Mediapolis recovers. Trevor Gerst over to Wyatt Wilkerson, who gives the ball up to Nicholas Ensminger. Ensminger feeds the left wing.
Ball screen.
Gerst sets a ball screen up there on the wing.
Shot it up, no good.
Shot off the side of the backboard.
Good effort play by Mediapolis there, though, to get an offensive rebound. Got a shot at the 3 there. 1.3 seconds left. The heave.
Shot by Levine. Oh, close one off the backboard.
It had a chance.
Good. You don't see the opportunity for junior high students to get a deep shot like that very often.
He's a big, strong kid, so I think he let one fly there. Unfortunately, sometimes those junior high kids, they'll work on that shot more than they'll work on a layup. So, he was looking. His eyes were pretty big there with about 1.3 seconds left. He saw the time was winding down, and he let one fly.
We've got a 4-4 tie at the end of the first quarter. We're playing 6-minute quarters, I think, here. And, you mentioned the kids shooting from the outside, Coach. If you could give some advice to, some of these younger players in terms of their shooting. Do you do a lot of shooting during the season, or do you have time for that kind of thing, or is shooting developed at another time of the year?
Well, obviously, shooting's developed during the summer. That's where you get your most work up. We tell kids, if they didn't take 10,000 shots in the summer, they wasted their summer. There is work done on your shot throughout the year, but you can't have a wholesale changes to make your shot different during the season. If you're doing it in the season, you obviously didn't do enough in the preseason and the pre and the postseason. So. Definitely there's other times, such as the summer, to work on your game, work on your shot. But you're still getting lots of shots up throughout your season. Obviously, you try to do stuff more incorporated in drills, game speed shooting, as opposed to just working on your set shot, working on your jump shot. That stuff's usually done in the summer. But you like to keep your kids, obviously, getting a rhythm, so you're going to be shooting a lot of shots during your season. But that's usually within drills, incorporated within drills, within game preparation, which is working on your team offense. But a lot of times, I can't speak for my junior high coaches, but a lot of times at the varsity level, you let kids kind of hang around in the gym, and they're allowed to work before and after practice on their shot as much as they can, because there's just not a lot of time throughout a season. When you're talking an hour and a half practice, and you maybe have an hour and a half, 2 hours of practice going into a game that you've had 2 days to prepare for, just with gym time being shared. It's hard to get a lot of shots up throughout the season during practice time.
Absolutely.
So it's really hard to do. So it's a big thing that you get shots up in the summer.
You bet. So Mediapolis' ball here at the beginning of the second quarter, 4-4 tie. And the ball is inbounded there to Drew Schroeder, who brings it to the top of the key. Looks like Meepo is running very similar to what West Burlington is.
Just a basic 3-out, 2-wing motion, pass, screen away, post for a second, and screens away as well.
And Darren Kraft there with the basketball, feeds it into Travis Mastner, who kicks it back out.
It's nice to see him use a bent arm pass there, something that's really not taught a whole lot anymore, but that was nice to see them from Mediapolis. Intercepted here by Krantz. Krantz for the layup, and good off the glass.
Finishes. Krantz
nice.
with the bucket. That gives West Burlington a 6-4 lead.
Just jumped the passing lane there, intercepted the pass, and was on the breakaway.
Drew Schroeder brings the ball up for Meepo and gives the ball to the top of the key there, down to,
Can't catch
it's hard
it.
to see some
Number
of their
4,
numbers. Yeah.
Andrew Carter.
Yeah, so Drew Schroeder with the ball at the top right now.
Entry pass. Don't believe that was touched. I think it's going to be West Burlington ball, and it is.
Yeah, that's a tough angle for a post-entry pass right there.
And he'll learn. He'll learn to make that angle and make one more pass to the guy on the perimeter, let the guy make the post-entry pass. And that's something you're going to learn, especially at this level. And it's hard the first game, and that's what the coach has his arm around him right now. And he's saying, hey, just make one more pass here and let him make that entry pass.
Absolutely. And so here we go, West Burlington bring the ball up the floor. It looks like Krantz has got the ball on the point with Reich out of the game.
West Burlington still running their 3-out, 2-wing continuous motion here.
Daly and Riley Walker moving the ball around there.
Go.
Ball goes to Travis Wills at the free throw line. He takes a look at the hoop, goes back over to Krantz. Krantz to Daly across court.
And nice entry pass to the post. Unfortunately, not able to make it. Put back by Webster. No good. Loose ball on the floor. Walker poked it, and it's going to end up being West Burlington ball. That's good hustle by Mr. Riley Walker.
Absolutely. You got a couple of good big-size post players in there right now with Gage Webster and Travis Wills in there. Yep. And they were playing a little bit of back and forth on that rebound, and if they can keep active on the boards like that, some good things are going to happen for West Burlington inside.
Absolutely. 50-50 balls are always crucial in any game. Doesn't matter if it's junior high or high school, and it was good to see some guys hustling after the ball there, both sides. Good
so the feed goes into Webster, and Webster
passed it off to Travis.
Wills to Webster. Webster takes one dribble, left-hand hook shot.
No good.
Off the back of the rim. Rebound Meepo. They're pushing the ball a little bit. This is the first attempt at transition that we've seen, and it
shot was blocked.
Almost worked out for him. Was that Krantz with the block?
I believe it was Krantz with the block. He came over from the weak side. Unfortunately, West Burlington needs to make a better be more aware of the fact that they got to stop ball way earlier. It was halfway through the lane before the ball was actually stopped.
West Burlington plays man-to-man defense off the baseline there.
And I think we had a breakdown in communication there. Shot up, no good.
Wills with the rebound. Now just a little pivot and an outlet there to
Walker.
Walker to Krantz. Krantz dribbling the ball up the floor. He's got his eyes up, seeing the floor. Little curl runs down there underneath. Ball's over to Walker. He feeds the high post. That's
looking for the high-low pass. He's got the ball in the block.
Travis Wills feeds it into Webster. Webster over to Daly. It's stolen by number 32. That's Drew Schroeder who takes it to the end, to the other end.
Called on Daly.
Yeah, he gets fouled by Daly there. He'll be going to the free throw line shooting 2.
Webster on the other end. He had the ball with the guy on his back. It'd be really nice to see him make a post move there. For those of you that don't know what a post move is, if a post has the ball on the low block, a lot of times you'll see him preferably drop step baseline or make some form of a post move going towards the basket. And that's something, we'll work on him with, and hopefully he'll develop that over time.
Always talking to kids. Here's the first free throw, which bounces in and out.
They actually called free throw violation there. He stepped over the line before it hit the rim. New rule in high school this year, which is actually put in place at the junior high level as well. It used to be you could not leave until it hit the rim. Now you are playing it off the hand for everybody but the shooter. The shooter still has to stay put until it hits the rim, as well as the guys behind the three-point line.
Yeah, here come McElderry, Reich, and I believe that's Lucky Rawlings.
That is Lucky Rawlings.
Down there in the baseline, not on our roster. I think Lucky joined late. Unfortunately, they give up the offensive rebound on the missed free throw to Massner, and he gets the 2 points off the missed free throws back for Mediapolis. 6-6 tie coming down to the 3-minute mark in the first half.
West Burlington keeps running curl cuts off these screens, which is nice to see, but sometimes you just need to do something a little differently, and I think that might help them get open. trying to get it back
the ball
inside.
over here at top of the key, passes over to Daly. Daly dribbling right, back to his left, crosses over, goes left. Good help there by Meepo, and then creates a turnover. Meepo coming down the floor into the paint.
And they're going to call a foul on Lucky Rollins, I believe, here on the floor. Team foul number 4.
Travis Mastner got fouled looking at the rim. Wasn't really going up for the shot, so they call the foul on the ground. Mediapolis sets up in a kind of a box set for the out-of-bounds play. Looks like West Burlington's lining up man-to-man.
Fun little thing that I just watched here is I watched their guy check in, and he tried to run around on the floor without checking in there. And before the official had to hold him off, he heard the horn, so he tried to go. But one of those things that you don't ever really teach. You just kind of expect kids to know. But, nowadays we try to teach it. You have to make sure you check into the game before you're invited in by the official.
Absolutely. Krantz over to Reich on the wing. And
makes an entry to McElderry. McElderry drives baseline, goes up, and bucket is good.
Ryan McElderry with the basket.
I believe that would be Dylan McElderry.
Dylan McElderry.
Ryan McElderry is on the wrestling mat right now for practice, I think.
I got him. My bad there. And,
I think that's not the first time he's heard that.
Yeah.
Big shot up, rebound, and foul on McElderry.
Once again, the big guy from Mediapolis, Travis Mastner, going to the hole and getting fouled.
He's got good size, got a rebound. Nice to see him kind of go right back up with it. That's pretty good awareness by the big man.
Yeah, he's a pretty big kid.
He's a big kid.
7th grade out there, and he.
Well, I know being the junior high football coach, we met these kids on firsthand, and they have some big kids over at Mediapolis. I don't know what Roger Thornburg's feeding them, but he's definitely getting those kids big over there.
Master missed the first of his free throws. And substitutes coming in for West Burlington include Drayton Levine, Brett Masters. Is that?
Yep, you're right, Masters.
Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Shot
and
up, no good.
Second
free
with the
throw
rebound. Off the rim. And outlets to Reich. Reich bring the ball up the floor.
West Burlington has some trouble. They were getting the floor spread, and there they go. They got it. Made the entry pass. Well, I can speak from the coaching experience that West Burlington right now is having a little trouble running their offense because this is obviously my set that they're running. Just had 2 post players on the same block, made an entry pass, and I think the 2 post players fought over it. Need to be aware of what we're doing, who's on the floor, and keeping that spaced.
And sometimes it's just a matter of recognizing what's happening on the floor as well. They were...
that's one thing that can't happen there is you're matched up man-to-man on the inbounds, on the blob inbounds pass there, and... They just got beat towards the basket, tried to overplay the outside. Shot goes up, and they're going to call the foul on the big man, Masters. Again, got good post entry. Good to see Levine go up strong there and was able to draw the foul.
Yeah, that was talking about what you talked about earlier, seeing a post player make a move in there. He squared up to the hoop and tried to go up, ended up getting fouled. So Levine goes to the line for 2 shots.
And I think what you're going to see is a lot of times you get rewarded by doing things right. And that was one of those things where he squared the basket. And he didn't have it was a little bit of a pump fake, not much of one, but then he just went ahead and shot it. And, you can make the argument for Mediapolis that he was straight up. But, again, sometimes the officials saw what they saw. And, again, rewarded for doing the little things right, like facing the basket and trying to go up.
Absolutely. Levine hits his first free throw. Brings the Falcons to a 3-point lead, 9-6 with 1:35 to go in the first half. Steps to the line for his second. It's up.
No good.
And off the back of the rim. Mediapolis rebounds. Bring the ball down the floor.
Again,
Owen Timmerman passes over there to Colton Fisher.
Again, miscommunication by West Burlington, not knowing who your matchup is. Almost intercepted there by Reich. A little too much standing around here in their motion offense. Now they're trying to throw a high screen.
Masters closes out on Fisher on the wing to try and set a ball screen.
I believe that was a double dribble. Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. He was trying to set a ball screen after he'd already picked up his dribble.
Here's one of those things, being a head coach that you look up. You always hear people in the crowd, that's a double dribble, that's a double dribble. For those of you that don't know, there is actually no rule in the rule book called double dribble. It's actually an illegal dribble. There's a fun fact of the day.
They actually are calling it a travel now, aren't they?
Well,
they did it one time.
The actual rule in the rule book is called an illegal dribble.
Yeah.
However, the symbol for illegal dribble is what used to actually be called double dribble.
Yeah. Levine missed a shot down in West Burlington's end. Meepo brings it up, dribbling at the top of the key. And looking for a ball screen, and
maybe they're going to give possession still to Mediapolis. Mediapolis here having the line change. They're bringing in 5 new fresh bodies here.
It's going to be really key for, I don't know if the refs are going to notice that the subs are over there or not. There they go.
There they go.
So 5 new players.
5 on.
Really important for West Burlington this time to point and communicate and talk. Who do you have? Who
Match
do you guard?
Yep.
And the ball's going to be taken out on the sideline over here. West Burlington in man-to-man with Daly on the ball. Referee reminding him that he can't break the plane on the sideline there.
Last time Mediapolis set up in a stack, they got beat easy to the basket, so good to see him to defend the basket there.
The pass goes into Konecki. Konecki to the top of the key. That's Drew Schroeder with the ball. Back to Konecki. Over number 4. That's Andrew
and
Carter.
Stolen by Reich. Reich for the breakaway. Just tried to be a little too unselfish with that pass. Daly with the shot. No good.
Reich with the rebound. 15 seconds on the clock in the half. Good recognition.
Find.
McElderry inside. Misses. Levine with the rebound.
And the putback.
7 seconds left on the clock. That gives West Burlington 11-6 lead. Here comes Meepo. 3-2-1 with the shot at the buzzer. No good.
Waters has to be really careful on a play like that, when you come up to defend the ball right there before a half or end a quarter, one of the silliest things you could do right there is foul. And good to see he didn't get the foul, but just something you always have to be careful as.
Absolutely. And so the score here at halftime is West Burlington 11, Mediapolis 6. We will be back with you here in just about 10 minutes. Again, thanks for tuning in to West Burlington Falcon Junior High Basketball. Hello, viewers and listeners. Just want to point out to you that the halftime, it looks like there's 5 minutes put on the clock. So we may be back here a little quicker than we thought. It might be a 5-minute halftime. We'll get these guys back out here and be back with you in just under 5 minutes. right, we got about 2 minutes until the start of the second half here at West Burlington Falcon Gymnasium. We don't really have a name for our gymnasium, do we?
We don't. It seems like everything else around here is named. We have Bill Nelson Field. We have Barb Carter softball complex there, but don't have a name for the gym yet. But that
will come in time, I'm sure. Sometimes it's okay to not have that. But there's no court name here other than Falcon Court, and that's what it's about. It's about the Falcons.
Absolutely.
And so West Burlington has not yet come out of the locker room out of halftime. Mediapolis is here warming up. And so what's the conference looking like for you at the varsity level here, Coach? Who are the top teams in the conference, and who are the teams to beat? And
Sure. Well, we're sitting right now fifth in the conference. We're behind a few teams, and obviously we're ahead of a few teams here. Right now the conference standings go as such. Danville's on top. I don't think they've been beat yet this year. Danville's on top, followed by Notre Dame, whose only losses up until this point is to Fort Madison, and who's a large 3A school, and Notre Dame to Danville. So they're second in our conference, and then you have Holy Trinity and Van Buren sitting really really tight there in the third and fourth spot, and then we're kind of sitting right there in the fifth spot. We're lurking right behind them. We've played both those two teams in close games. Unfortunately, we played Holy Trinity here. We just had a rough night. We had to play the night before against Highland, and they got us on the ropes. And, throughout the game, it was a 5-point game, a 2-point game, a 1-point game. And then kind of at the end, our kids unfortunately just didn't have enough fuel in the tank, and they got ahead of us. So we're looking forward to get them. Van Buren ended up being a 9-point game, but for most of that game, it was a 2-3-point game. And then right behind us, we have Cardinal, who we actually just defeated the other night on Friday night. And then right behind them is New London from the years past. And I tell you what, they can beat anybody in our conference. And then below them is followed again by Maharishi and Fairfield, and then Harmony as well. So in Central Lee, who could beat anybody, they're kind of like New London. They're actually right ahead of New London there in the sixth spot, or they're tied, I believe, in the sixth spot with Cardinal. So we have teams in our conference that, in my opinion, anybody given the right opportunity, the right circumstance, the right night, can beat anybody. And it makes it fun as a coach because you have to have your team prepared to play night in, night out, and it should be fun as a player too because again, you're given that same opportunity. You're playing against teams that are good. Danville in recent years has had success in the state level. And districts just came out today, so not district pairings, but our district. So we drew pretty much the same 2A teams around here, so we're looking forward to getting going in district play here later on in the year.
All right, and as you talk about getting going, our second half is underway here. And Reich with the ball at the top of the key into Daly. Daly dribbling on the left-hand wing. He passes back to Drayton Levine. Levine goes to his right, drives to the elbow, takes a look,
there should be a
not to.
There.
Passes back to Reich.
Good post-entry pass.
Good feed in there to Wills. Wills turns on the baseline and scores off the backboard. 13-6, West Burlington.
Nice, really post-entry pass there by Reich. Almost tipped away there by Cranston, stepped out by Mediapolis, trying to save it. He had no reason to save that one, but thought he was trying to make a hustle play there, and you can't fault the kid for trying.
Yeah, just a little detail there on Cranston's defense. He came through there. He's on the left wing. He's come through to try to steal that pass. Instead of knocking it down with his near hand, he tries to reach through with his right hand. What do you teach your players in terms of that kind of denial defense? Which hand would you rather have them hit it with?
Well, you have to always be careful when you tell a kid, use the right hand, because then they're like, I use my right hand. You're trying, I use your correct hand.
Proper hand. Right.
The correct hand, the proper hand, whichever your terminology is. But what you want to do is you want to use that hand that's closest to the ball. That way, if you miss, you can just turn your head and follow through, and you're not giving up getting beat with the ball.
Tried to pass from the inside out there. Wills intercepts, and we're going back down West Burlington's direction. Krantz dribbles to the top of the key. He feeds Reich on the right wing, and Drayton Levine calling for the ball.
Looking inside, just kind of sitting there. Dribbles
left. Away from him and brings it back. Levine lowers his shoulder a little bit.
A little strong off the glass there. I think what happened is he got a little too strong. I think he had it in mind he was going to go up no matter what, and that time just probably wasn't the best of pulls.
Yeah. And so Mediapolis brings it back down the other way. They've got the ball on the left wing. Krantz with the kick. That'll stop play here with 4:23 left in the third quarter.
Again, going there with a little coaching point there. If you're watching Krantz, he needs to set his feet so his feet are actually higher than the post or the guard that he's guarding. You want to have a high hand and high foot, and you want to be higher than them, forcing them baseline side and not towards the middle.
And so Mediapolis, number 40, takes it inside, gives it up to Master. Master with the basket.
That post-to-post pass there from block to block. That can be really hard to defend, especially off a bounce pass.
Yeah, Wyatt Wilkerson dribbled in through traffic there, ended up feeding it off to Master. Reich to the hole, and
Krantz with the put back underneath the basket, kind of stepping around and putting it in.
the official was trying to make up his mind if he was going to call a foul there or if he was going to call just a touch, and ended up with the touch. Mediapolis player coming to set the ball screen. There's Travis Wills with the steal. Comes up for the layup, and
it's good.
The basket's good.
Good to see a big man get a steal and a run out.
Absolutely.
Mediapolis bringing the ball up the floor. Passing over to the perimeter. Sending the cross screen. Mediapolis setting their offense up just a little too far out right now. Shot up and
with
no
the
good.
rebound.
And that all started because their guard on the perimeter, he caught the ball way too high, and then the post to kind of come and get the ball, he had to come up about 2 or 3 feet there and wasn't able to get it. With Daly with the shot from the top about the free throw line off the backboard, and the Mediapolis coach has seen enough here with the quick run out by I can't remember what the point swing was there from half, but it's, what is it, an 8-2 swing here right after half? And,
right about that. Scores 19-8. 3:02 left in the quarter. That was a nice little shot by Daly there at the free throw line.
Yep.
Good form.
Yep.
Puts the bucket in. I think that might be his first shot of the game.
Yep. I believe it was.
Travis Wills playing some good defense to create some transition offense for the Falcons.
Yep. I was always told no matter how pretty it was, as long as it goes in, it's a good shot. So, you know, how many times as a coach have you ever said, no. Oh, yes, that's fine. So
right.
if it goes in, you're saying yes, and if it doesn't, great. But, again, he hit it off the backboard. And, again, something else I was always told as a player, that's what it's there for. So if you can, if it's there, you might as well use it, right?
I won a game of horse during lunch today with using the glass. I was shooting him off the glass from the wing, and the guy I was playing, I think he might have let me win. But he just was not hitting those bank shots. So Mediapolis ball, he's telling him you can run the baseline here, son, and he's going to give it to him right now. And it looks like Mastner tries a shot at the
wrong
West
basket
Burlington
twice
hoop and does it again.
And West Burlington's they figured it out. Everybody was kind of confused on which side they're going.
Gage Webster figured it out. He gives the ball into Reich. Reich misses. Webster with the rebound. Webster's a big kid.
I don't know why everybody thinks
that's over
that's
and
over
back.
back. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
West Burlington is going one way, and Mediapolis is going the other. And both coaches are standing up, which you're not allowed to do in Iowa High School Basketball Association rules. And they're both saying, no. And I don't think any official was trying to complain because they can't tell the kids what to do. But we're still got confusion here. West Burlington still doesn't know which side to line up defensively on. And hopefully we have them all straightened out here. And again, it's comical because it's their first game out. And, someday when they're 20 years old, they'll laugh about it. I still to this day joke with a lot of people I know. I was once the leading scorer in a varsity game for both teams. So, it happens to the best of us.
Yep, absolutely. So the pass goes over to the right wing. The feed in there to Mastner. Mastner takes 1 or 2 dribbles. Does not use the glass, but still gets the bucket.
Be nice to see if McElderry, the other post player there, he was in help side defense. He kind of was sucked up into his man a little bit. Would have been nice to see on the help side just go in and kind of knock the ball away, but unfortunately wasn't there for that.
Now that diminishes the gap 19-10 with 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the half. Near interception by the Mediapolis player, number 45. That's Carter Konecki, who kicks it out of bounds. It'll be West Burlington ball on the sideline.
One of the hardest places on your side of the floor to take the ball out.
So tempting to throw it into that corner. And they get the ball in just under the 5-second count.
I think McElderry got away with the travel, and nope, he didn't get away with it. I must have said it too loud because the official on the far side calls him for the travel.
Very far side. Mediapolis inbounds ball, bringing it in. And to the top of the key.
Nice little ball handling there by Mediapolis. Nice little post up.
Owen Timmerman into Mastner.
Masters, that's the 3rd or 4th time he hasn't used the glass, and if he were, I think he'd probably make a few more.
Gage Webster with the rebound. Webster comes down and posts up. I tell you what, Coach, if you can teach that Webster kid, at least here in junior high, to get the basketball on the inside, you're going to have some good things happening.
Oh, yeah. It's really hard to defend any kind of post up. It's very difficult, and you have a high percentage shot there on the block, and, post player, they can catch the ball, go baseline side on a drop step. It's very, very difficult to defend.
Daly loses control of the ball. It's stolen by Mediapolis. They're going to the other end for a layup. That brings the lead down to a 5-point lead.
I think West Burlington just needs to settle down right now, and Coach Blynn's going to thinking the same thing. He's going to take a timeout here and talk about it with a 30-second timeout. And right now what he's going to tell his team is, hey, we had 2 turnovers based off of one possession where basically we tried to shoot at the wrong basket and tried to throw the ball to the wrong side. So, you throw that out there. And but right now he's just saying, hey, calm down. We got the lead. Yep. And there's no reason to panic. There's no reason to rush, I think sometimes people get impatient. You get the crowd that gets impatient. You kind of get that roar of the crowd. You get a little excited, especially in the junior high level. And what I always tell my kids right here is this is where you find out, are you playing to win or are you playing not to lose? Because if you have a lead, sometimes you get a little timid. You're trying not to do the things that got you the lead in the first place. And therefore, you can kind of get a little tight. You can get a little, nervous. And I think that's what Coach Blynn's doing, just kind of settling the pace down and saying, hey, we're fine. Let's just make sure we bring the ball to the floor, be strong with it, do the things that got you the lead in the first place.
You bet. So West Burlington comes out of the timeout, and hopefully they've been settled down after that little bit of confusion reigning at the beginning of the half. And McElderry passes the ball into Reich. Reich brings the ball up. They already look calmer. Reich with a nice crossover, goes to his left, passes over to Daly on the wing. Daly looks inside, takes one dribble, gives it into Webster,
nice
who
drive.
goes left to the
Rebound
hole.
Reich off.
And
Mediapolis with the rebound.
a couple of bunnies down there that were missed. You like to get those inside shots with 45 seconds left in the third quarter.
I noticed the 2 that we took were just kind of fading away from the basket a little bit.
The ball is dead there. It's up top. Goes over to the left wing. Reich defending. Hey.
Riley Walker with the steal and the transition. Kind of loses the dribble there. Still maintains the dribble, but lost it behind him. Jump ball call. Possession will stick with West Burlington here.
27.4 seconds left in the quarter. And 19-14 lead for West Burlington. Substitute
Foster's
coming in from Mediapolis. And Eric Daly will take the ball out on the sideline. He inbounds it to Webster.
And the foul is going to be called on Massners down low. I think he had a hold of the wrist there when he went to go catch the ball.
Great job by Webster going up and grabbing that ball with 2 hands.
Being at the high point.
Lob. You bet.
Right now, Daly is not being guarded. Oh, there they got it. And Coach Blynn's going to draw up a play here with 25.
You might as well use them. That's right. That is right. So that looks like exactly what he's doing. He's got the clipboard out there. And
it's a good time to use one here. You kind of struggled offensively here the last few minutes, and you get a nice possession on Blob, baseline out of bounds play here. If you run this well, and both teams today have been playing man-to-man, if you choose to do that, there's a lot of creative plays that can be ran against man-to-man from the baseline. So interested to see what Coach Blinn has drawn up. See, it looks like they're going to come out in a box set here.
And the official's going to make him move out a little wider there.
Still an easy place to score here if you run the play right.
Into McElderry. McElderry up to Daly. McElderry going in to set the screen for Reich. And he takes the jump shot. It's off the rim twice. Once again, big boy. That'll help inside there.
8 seconds left here.
Daly over to Reich.
Looks like Connor's going to try to take his guy to the basket. Kick out to Dillon. 2 seconds left. Oh, no good.
That was a good look at the basket, though, with that much time.
They actually got a couple good looks there. They're trying to penetrate off the dribble and got a good look there with about 2 seconds left.
And so West Burlington goes into the beginning of the fourth quarter with a 19-14 lead. So far, very good ball game.
Oh, yeah, it's been fun. It's been entertaining. We've had some interesting points there with not knowing which way we're going and, some excitement. And I think right now, West Burlington's got things they can work on, so that's always good. Again, we talked earlier before the broadcast. What do you want to see from a game like this? And I'd like to see our kids get better throughout a game. And what do I mean by that? I want to see when we started the game what we're trying to do, and then at the end of the game, maybe you're kind of settled into the game and trying to run your stuff. And early on, I thought West Burlington was really doing a good job of setting their offense up and running it. Here, kind of in the third quarter, I thought we got away from that quite a bit. And again, he's had some different combinations on the floor. This is the first game, so Coach Blynn's trying to figure out what 5 guys work together. And I have a rule for my junior high coaches: all kids play. Although it's not all equal at this level, we're not concentrating on win, but I'd like to see everybody kind of get in and get developed. So he's done a good job of rotating. And I believe at this point, every 7th grader that is able to dress has been in I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but,
This is really the level where you develop players, though.
Absolutely.
And, you never know when a kid's going to shoot up and be a 6'8" kid. Too many times you see that big, tall kid walk in the hall, and he gave up on basketball when he was in 5th grade because he was gangly and a little uncoordinated then. And so Mediapolis
starts off with a long three-pointer.
And
Coach kind of said, hey, let's not take that shot. And the kid was kind of a little upset by that, but he'll learn.
Brett Masters with the rebound. West Burlington goes into Reich down here. Drayton
Trying to get
Levine
into
calling for the ball.
Good post up. Good hard take, and he was fouled on the shot. He'll be shooting 2. Like that with Reich there, where they're just kind of sitting in there. And I know we're at the junior high level, but I've seen Hunter Reich shoot. I know he can knock down a little 10, 15-foot jump shot. He shoots one of those. He doesn't have to make it. If he shoots one of those, I guarantee the defense is going to come out and respect him just a little bit more, and that'll make that post-entry pass to Levine just that much easier.
Yeah, you got to be a threat. So Levine to the line for the first of his 2 free throws. And it's up and off the left side of the rim.
I don't think since that we haven't scored since the 3-minute mark in the third quarter, so West Burlington looking for their first basket here.
And the official gives the ball to Levine for his second free throw. The shot is up off the back of the rim. Good rebound by Wills. He goes up strong. A little bit of contact there, no call. Mediapolis with the defensive rebound brings it back. Krantz harassing the ball handler.
Don't leave the ball. Don't leave the ball. Don't ever leave the ball. And got lucky there by leaving the ball. What we're saying here in the booth is if you're guarding the ball, stay with the ball, or if you're guarding a man, stay with him. You can always switch back later, but never leave the ball. I tell our kids all the time, what's the most important thing? If they named it after, it's probably pretty important.
Travis Wills with the shot at the free throw line comes off the right-hand side of the rim, and Brett Masters goes in there and competes for the rebound. He got the defensive rebound at the other end of the floor. Masters is getting after it on the rebounding front.
Yep. The officials here are talking because the possession arrow is pointing to Mediapolis. However, they got the ball at quarter, and it was not flipped by our workers there at the scores table. So they're going to go ahead and give the ball still to West Burlington, and it will maintain possession.
And so Mediapolis brings in some substitutes here, including number 15, Travis Massner, who's probably their leading scorer in the game. They are going to give the ball to Orange in the end.
They're going to change their mind here, and even though they got it at the quarter, nobody was able to catch that. Well, that's one of those things where sometimes home court advantage can go against you.
Depends on what the official scorebook says. So here Mediapolis brings it down, feeds the left wing. He's dribbling right. Good help by Zach Krantz. Krantz guarding the ball. And now Masters on the ball.
Oh, try to go with the wrong hand again like we were talking earlier.
Sometimes that can pull you out of position. And
that's exactly the result if you do get out of position there.
Shot goes up high off the backboard, and for 2 points for Mediapolis. That brings the lead to a 3-point game. It's 19-16 with 4:23 to go in the game.
West Burlington still on their little 7-minute drought here for looking for offense here. Really would have liked to see the ball get into the post player there. And a throwaway there by West Burlington.
Yeah, West Burlington did get back to their offensive set a little bit. Wills just overshot.
And what they're looking for there, on the set is they're looking for a cross screen and the post coming underneath, and they were getting that set up. Unfortunately, there we threw the ball away.
Ball screen on the point guard, who takes it around the right hand side, loses control of the ball. Masters on the floor for it.
We got away with a little hop and a step there with the travel, but that's okay.
Gives the ball up to Krantz. Krantz comes down to set it up, and he's going to go over here to Reich on the right-hand side. He's going to look into Levine. Feeds Levine with a nice little bounce pass. Levine.
They're going to call the lean on Masters there. Well, West Burlington with an opportunity here on the baseline again. Let's see if they can figure out a way to get a basket in on this inbound play. They've been running quite a bit of run to the corner. I like to call that play America because you know it's always coming.
America's play, yeah.
You run it because everybody runs return to the corner. However, it's still extremely hard to defend.
And so West Burlington lines up close together here on the on their own side. Krantz looking into Levine, tries to get it in there, maybe forced it a little bit.
And they're going to call a held ball, a jump ball here. And the possession now will stay with West Burlington. And I see down that our possession arrow is correct on the on the floor. So West Burlington's going to get a possession here.
Krantz will inbound again. Now West Burlington in a box set. This could be America's play. Levine out to the wing.
And that's exactly what it is.
Screens for Krantz. Krantz takes a look.
Look in.
Not do anything. And
had Levine with a guy on his back, and I think he has a little bit of a size mismatch there with Masters now in foul trouble. Would have been a great opportunity to look inside there. Let's see if they come back to that here.
Right goes over to Masters
good
on
entry.
the wing, goes into Wills. Wills with the left hand, misses, gets his own rebound, goes up again, does not use the glass. This time Reich with the ball.
And he'll be shooting 2 at the line. Free throws coming.
Reich fouled on the putback attempt, and he will be going to shoot free throws.
Now, you've been asking me quite a few questions, and for those of you that don't know, I used to be a head coach for I don't know how many years. You were a head coach when I was playing, obviously, of course. But how often did you work at free throws when you were coaching?
As far as during the season, or
during the season?
We would. What we tried to do is we tried to give free throw practice in the context of practice. So.
Yep.
If we'd been running a lot or doing, let's say we were working on our transition or, working on defensive drills, kids were getting a sweat, they were getting a little winded, we'd go to the free throw line, we'd tell them, hey, you got to shoot a one-on-one and, break up at all 6 baskets. Reich gets the second of the 2. It's 21-16 with 3:17 to go in the game.
And actually was able to knock down both of those, the pair, so.
Excellent. Krantz harasses the ball handler. Levine
with
with the
big
rebound.
board there.
Yeah, so we would try to do that and give them game-like free throw opportunities is what we would try to do. Daly
with the
3, it's off the back of the rim.
They're going to get Levine over the back with the push, not with an over-the-back foul.
There's actually no longer a call. Everybody hollers for that one too. Hey, over the back, over the back. Well, there is no such thing, folks.
You can actually be
called a push
on the back, which is the push call. So It's actually a push is the actual call on that. Going back to the free throw thing, I've had coaches, as a head coach, you're always asking people, well, what did you do? How do you do this? What do you think about this? And I've had coaches tell me, we don't even work on it in practice, and they're shooting 80%. Then I have coaches that say, we working on it every day, and they're shooting 60%. So, there is no right answer for how often you should shoot free throws. Every coach is different. So, what you were saying is a lot like what we do. We try to get it in the context of practice. A lot of times after we run, maybe we're up and down quite a bit. I have a couple guys, step up to the line and knock down a pair while they're tired, and then we always have to shoot a certain percentage before they're allowed to go home after practice, unless I have to keep them here too long because Mom might be calling for supper. But we try to get them home at a decent time. But
sure.
There's all different schools of thought when it comes to shooting free throws.
McElderry harassing the ball handler way out top, and unfortunately gives up the baseline. Reich gets the foul.
Really would have liked to see Reich step up there and possibly take a charge, or at least step up and stop the ball, as opposed to putting his hand on the back and trying to be a shot blocker there.
Yeah, that sends Wyatt Wilkerson to the line with 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go and a 5-point lead for West Burlington.
Key free throws coming.
Wilkerson dribbles the ball a couple of times, takes a look at the rim, puts the shot up, and nothing but the bottom of the net. That diminishes the lead. It's 21-17 with 2:29 to go. He will shoot the second of his free throws.
I tell you what, that one hit nothing but the bottom of the net. It makes the best sound that I've ever heard, is that little swish with the little lace slapping up against each other. I love it.
And he shoots his second and gets another one.
Could possibly see their Mediapolis coach here taking a 30-second timeout. Could possibly see with them being down here trailing a press. So I'm guaranteeing right now that Coach Blynn's drawing up a press breaker, as well as the Mediapolis coach drawing up some form of a press here.
Yeah, West Burlington is led throughout. 2:29 to go in the game, 21-18 lead. It's tightened up quite a bit, considerably since halftime. And I'm sure exactly what you're saying is going on. What do you do for a press breaker, Coach?
Well, obviously you want to have your best ball handlers up front. You just want to be patient. And a lot of times you hear people in the crowd, go, go, go. Well, the worst thing you can do is go too fast against the press. So what you do is, get your best ball handlers up front, handle the pressure, and then, you got to flash somebody to the middle. No matter how you do it, you got to flash a ball cut. You can do it with, bringing a post in from the far side. Don't care how you're doing it. And here they are. Mediapolis looks like they're setting up in a man-to-man press here. This is where, if you could set somebody up, apparently they were able to get it in.
Well, they just trusted in Reich to be able to do that.
Nice pass.
Nice pass over to Krantz. He
Big
gets the
bucket there.
on the left-hand side, 23-18.
Would have liked to see Krantz try to use the left hand there, but sometimes, it's better to make the shot than do something you're not comfortable with.
Meepo brings the ball back up the floor. That's number 5 dribbling into the paint, and he's going to get in and out of there. 23, that's Nicholas Ensminger.
Just got a little greedy there trying to go for the steal where all you had to do was shuffle your feet, stop ball, pinch, and recover. Reich just tried to get a little greedy, got his mitts in there, and was called for the foul.
On Ensminger going to his right. It'll be Mediapolis ball on the baseline.
Really have to protect the lane here.
There's
I see a
number
Masters
40
check
Wyatt
back
Wilkerson.
in for them.
Feeds the ball into number 5. That's
a travel,
Alexander
yep.
Dewald.
Just never established a pivot foot, and then when he did, he finally picked it up and moved it, tried to slide to make another post-entry pass.
So Meepo is not going to press this time, doesn't look like.
I think they are. I just think they're a little
three-quarter court. Yeah.
I think they're just trying to pick up here about three-quarters court, like you said. Best thing to do here would just be clear out, get the ball in the middle, and bring it up.
As they say in the big time, 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I tell you, there's no better sound than at the state tournament. I don't know what the gentleman's name is that's up there, but he's always like, 1 minute. I love it.
Levine comes up, try to get the ball. Reich throws it into the opposing team's hands. They
Good.
score
The
on
press
the
is set up.
transition layup.
They're still kind of picking up here three-quarters court.
We've got 1:30 to go in the game. It's a 3-point lead for West Burlington.
I think what they're going to do is pressure here in the corners. Oh, can't give that up. They're going to call him with the hand check on the floor. Yep. And Reich looks to have rolling his ankle on the play, and that's big for West Burlington. He's been doing the ball handling duties most of the game. Not saying that he's the only one capable, because there are many that are, but he's been doing the point guard here, and with the game tight. And
here comes Brett Masters to substitute in for him.
Yep. When you have a kid go down like that, the best thing to do is check in for him. And he's saying, no, I don't want out. Of course he doesn't. But sometimes the best for the team is just to have him come on in and sit out.
Well, and because the coach actually went on the floor, he has to come out of the game in that situation. And so
there is one difference that can happen there. You can take a timeout, and at that point, that rule does go away.
Yep. Into Levine. Levine out to Krantz on the wing. Krantz dribbles once to his left, gives it up to Daly. Daly with a jump shot, about a 15-footer. Rebound Mediapolis.
Not the shot that West Burlington needed there.
No, they're pushing in transition with a little harassment by Masters. They get...
See, West Burlington's trying to go and set up with too much offense. They have a 3-point lead. What you need to do is run your set, take some time up here, try to get an easy bucket, something going towards the basket or an inside touch.
Daly with the ball up top. He gives it up to Masters. Masters to Levine.
With the reach. He definitely reached through.
Yep.
That might be number 5 for him.
Travis Massner reaching around on the catch by Levine. They're going to take the ball out of bounds underneath. That brings Mediapolis to 6 team fouls. Now, 56.5 seconds left on the clock. You've only got 3 team fouls, Coach. You've got fouls to burn here in a situation like this. What are you doing?
Well, the school of thought is to foul. Sometimes, though, in a game situation where you haven't worked it before, you're better off just playing defense here, not fouling. But the school of thought is if you foul 2 or 3 times here, not letting them get in the bonus, but you can eat off 10, 15 seconds off the clock. Again, if it's something you haven't worked on and you're not comfortable as a coach, sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. I've seen both schools of thought here. Right now, the key is, I believe, the key is take care of the possessions you have defensively. Make them take some time before they get a shot up. Don't give up anything easy, such as a layup or anything like that. So
you bet. Want to burn the clock. A minute is a long time to go in a junior high basketball game.
Yep.
It really is.
Well, it's a long time in every basketball game. In my opinion, it's an eternity here. West Burlington's going to have the ball coming in on the baseline out of bounds play here. So, this could be really huge right here. 5-point game in junior high sometimes can be the difference between an easy win and a loss here. So
Reich goes left. Krantz goes right. Daly throws it up to Levine. Levine throws up a
Backward here with the rebound off the backboard, and it's good.
It's a 5-point lead for West Burlington. 48 seconds to go in the game.
Really key there that you get somebody on the backside board to check. Daly with the poke out there. Levine needs to deny ball just a little bit better. Now he needs to be in help, not let him cut in front.
Now everybody's thinking 3. And Reich with the steal. Reich bringing the ball up the floor.
So if I'm Mediapolis, I'm thinking foul here. There it is.
And there's a push, and they're going to call it an intentional foul there on 45. Carter Konecki. Carter
And he'll learn that what you have to do there. The rule is that you have to make a play on the ball. And Konecki, he didn't mean anything hard or disrespectful by that. He just was going really hard and gave him a push with 2 hands in the back. And when you have everybody in the crowd yelling foul, 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 and you get excited, that happens. And there's no disrespect there of any kind. It was just a matter of not knowing how to make that foul.
And that sends Reich to the line, and he opens the bank with a free throw that goes in, bringing the West Burlington lead 26-20. Misses his second.
However, they will still get the ball here. Looks like Mediapolis coach is making all of his final substitutions. Looks like he's going to try to get everybody in the game here as well. West Burlington with a 6-point lead with 30 seconds left and the ball. And the coach here, really good, nice to see. Being the opposing coach here, but Mediapolis coach has his arm around the kid, telling him, hey, when you foul, you just got to go for the ball. And again, we talked about it earlier. You got to teach the game at the junior high, and I've noticed that both coaches they're both, obviously students of the game, I can tell, but they're teaching the kids as they go.
Ball goes into Reich. Reich brings it down, and number 4 is trying to harass him a little bit. Does not look like there's a 5-second count going on anywhere. And he is going to dribble around quite a bit, as a matter of fact. And
now they got the
care
count
of the
going.
ball and
there's
doing a
the
good job of
5-second
it.
count.
I think they actually called a foul.
Yep, they are going to get him with the hold, and he's going to have a pair of 1-and-1 free throws coming.
So it's Andrew Carter called for the foul. That sends Reich to the line.
And something here when I'll talk to our coaches about, I see that West Burlington has their 2 big men in here, and although if it's a live ball here, you can foul right away, but something where maybe just get your kids out, set up defensively, and just tell them not to foul here, because the game is pretty much here in the freezer, as what the saying goes. And a silly thing here would be pick up a foul or hurt a kid or something, trying to get an offensive rebound.
Yeah, with that free throw, Reich really kind of puts the dagger in there, and he steps to the line for his second. There's 11.5 seconds on the clock. He misses his second,
rim there.
But it is now a 3-possession ball game, no matter how you look at it. And
West Burlington subbing in here with Webster, and McElderry stepping out. Again, West Burlington here without fouling. The school of thought is it's probably going to take roughly a junior high point guard 5 seconds to get the ball at the floor. Even if it's a made shot, just to hold the ball out of bounds and the game is over.
Yep, no need to foul, don't reach.
And we try to reach right off the get-go.
That happens. Here's the
absolutely.
final shot of the game is after the buzzer. That gives West Burlington 7th graders the 27-20 victory, and they are excited about it. And so it's 27-20 West Burlington, and the 8th grade game will be brought to you shortly.